Hello everyone, in this tutorial we will learn how to add a purchase invoice in WEB POS. First of all, it is important to understand that purchase is the set of functions related with receiving the goods that an organization requires to accomplish its goal. IMS software will enable you to post domestic and international purchases into the ERP application through purchase vouchers. Before that, let's have a general understanding of the different types of purchases. The first one is domestic purchases, denoted as local purchases. These are the purchases done inside the country where the customer and supplier both are registered under company acts of a single country. Whereas, the second one is international purchases, denoted as import purchases. These are the purchase done outside the national boundaries where the customer and supplier both are registered under the different company act of different countries and supplier is located outside the customer's national boundaries. In this video, we will learn how to generate local purchases in the application. Initially, IMS software categorize the purchasing items into major two categories: trading and non-trading. Trading items are the items purchased to set in margin and sells it again. For example, a supermarket purchased groceries from a supplier at the margin and sell it again to the final consumer. Whereas, non-trading items are the items that are purchased to fulfill the basic necessity of the organization. It majorly includes asset and expense-related items. For example, computers, chairs, and stationery products for employees. Now let's look into the application. Simply go to the transaction, click on Purchase, and from that drop-down select Purchase Invoice. As you can see on the Purchase Invoice page, where the purchase invoice number is auto-generated by IMS software each time you perform a purchase invoice. Now the entry date should be set as default, it should not be changed. After that invoice number, it is a unique sequential code for this invoice. You can manually enter it here. We will use the date as our invoice number. The invoice date represents the fixed date on which sales invoice have been generated, and the transaction was officially recorded. Put the exact date the bill was issued. IMS software allows you to select the purchase type under the following drop-down. For now we will continue with trading. If you scroll down, you'll see a tick box as PAN bill. If you tick this box, then the system will treat all the purchased items as non-VAT items. We will proceed without marking the box. As you can see, credit has already been selected as your default payment terms. IMS software will list payment terms under this drop-down as credit, cash, and check. Now, let's look into credit. To obtain goods or services before payment is known as credit. If you choose credit, you will be able to select the account of those suppliers here. If you click on this account section and press enter, you will be able to select the created suppliers, select the suppliers, and the details about those suppliers will appear here. Let's take a look at cash now. If you need to pay your suppliers in cash for the invoice, you may choose cash as your payment option. When you select cash, IMS software automatically fills the account area with cash in hand. Click on this account section and press enter to select the other account as per your requirement. Now, click on this suppliers section and press enter. The list of suppliers will appear here. Select the suppliers, and the details you entered will autofill in these sections. If you have provided a check to your supplier while purchasing the items, then you can select check as your payment term. Now in this account section, select the bank from which the check was issued. In this section, you can enter both the check number and the date when the check was issued. After that, choose the supplier to whom you gave the check. In this video, we will select credit as our payment terms. After dividing the payment terms, you can view the report from Web Accounting software. Simply go to the Party Ledger report, select the supplier account, tick these two boxes, and click on Run to view the details of those suppliers. As you can see in this Go Down section, the default warehouse has already been selected for the user. If you click on this section and hit Enter, you will be able to select other warehouses based on your needs. You can provide any remarks as per your requirement. Simply scan the product barcode and the product which is assigned to that barcode will be displayed here. We have already explained how barcode works in our other video. Now, if you click the particular area and press enter, then you will be able to select the default items. You can also manually search for the item on the basis of these filters. We'll select the item code to search for an item. The unit that was selected when adding the product will now be displayed here. If that product has an alternative unit, you can select it from this drop-down. Enter the number of quantities that are physically available in your store. So after that, the P rate column will display the purchase rate that you entered when adding the product. You can also edit it as needed. After changing the item's purchase rate, IMS software will allow you to change its selling price. The selling price setting will appear after you press enter. Now you can see two units of those products here. The first one is the base unit, and the other is an alternative unit. The product selling price, which was added through the product master, will now appear in this current selling price column. In this column, enter the new selling price for this product unit, and the IMS software will calculate the alternative unit selling price based on the factor. Click this button to apply the product's old selling price, or press this button to apply its new selling price. We will continue with its new selling price. Let's look into the amount section, where the amount will be calculated accordingly to the quantity and the purchase rate that you have entered. If you received a discount while purchasing this product, enter the percentage discount in this column, and IMS software will automatically calculate the amount of the discount and display it here. The total discount amount will now be displayed in this total discount column. You cannot edit this section. We will continue without adding any discount. Now in this VAT column, 13% of the VAT will be added to the amount. If you apply a discount to this item, the VAT will be added after the discount is applied to the amount. The net amount will show the total amount including VAT. You cannot edit this section. Following by the net rate, it will be calculated using the purchase rate. If you've been given a discount, the net rate will be calculated after the discount is applied. Otherwise, the net rate will be the same as the purchase rate. If that product has a manufactured and expiry date, then you can enter those dates in this field as per your requirement. Click on this symbol to add more rows. You can add many items as per your requirement. If you need to remove a row, then simply press this cross icon. Now, if you click on this F10 button or press F10 on your keyboard, the summary of your current voucher will be displayed. This form contains a number of entities that function as details. It also allows users to perform additional operations. It depends on what information is to be added to the list. Here we will discuss each entity. If you provide a flat discount, it will be applied as a percentage to the total net amount of this purchase invoice. Instead of a percentage, you can provide discounts on amounts in this section. The discount can only be given once, either as a percentage or an amount. Click Apply to keep the new discount in the total amount of this bill, or revert to the previous state. We will proceed without the discount. If you look at this gross amount, it is the total amount of this purchase invoice without VAT. The total taxable box contains the total amount of taxable items on the current voucher before VAT is applied. Now the total non-taxable box contains the total amount of non-VAT-able items on the current voucher. The VAT amount box contains sum of only VAT amount of this purchase invoice. The net amount box contains the total amount of the current purchase voucher after VAT is added. Now rounding is done to get the estimated answer while keeping its value close to its original number. If you place your mouse cursor in the rounding section, the IMS software will give rise to you to press Alt plus Enter on your keyboard. If that item has a decimal number after the point, it will be deducted. If there is no number after points, then it will be 0. After calculating the flat discount and acquiring the net amount, you can provide additional discounts on the net amount from this section. Please keep in mind that this discount will be applied in the amount. This field contains the total amount of the current purchase voucher after discounts are applied. In this video, we will continue without providing any discount. Now TDS. TDS is tax deducted at source, and we enter the total TDS deductible amount of the purchase invoice in TDS amount cell. Posted TDS amount will be deducted from the net amount after the discount. After that, click on this TDS account section and press Enter. TDS Accounts selection box will pop up, and select the account where you want that amount to be credited. You can view those amounts in the account ledger or TDS report from the accounting section. These fields are not mandatory, you can fill it as per your requirement. After that, click on the Save option or press End on your keyboard to save your purchase invoice. This is a preview of the purchase invoice bill that is automatically generated by the IMS software. You can also change the size of the paper from this drop-down. To print this purchase invoice, click the Print button. Depending on your printer, the invoice bill will be printed. Click on this Edit button or press F7 on your keyboard to edit the list of previous purchase invoices. After clicking on this Edit section, the previous purchase invoice voucher will show up. Select the voucher number and the item which are entered in those vouchers will be displayed. You can edit these columns as per your requirement. Click on this View option or press F4 on your keyboard to view the list of previous purchase invoices. Click on a voucher to view its purchase invoice details. You won't be able to edit this voucher during view mode. Click this Reset button or press F3 on your keyboard to clear everything that you have entered on the current voucher. Click on this Back button to go to the dashboard. Now you can also view the report of this purchase invoice. Simply go to Report, click on Purchase Report, and from its drop-down select Purchase Book Report. Select the date range, and in this Report Filter option, select Local Purchase as your purchase type from the drop-down. Click on Run to view your local purchase report. You can also view the report of VAT items that you have purchased. Simply go to Report, click on VAT Report, and from that drop-down select VAT Purchase Register Report. Select the date range, and we will tick this Trading Purchase Transaction and untick other options. You can either tick or untick these options as per your requirement. Click on Run to view the report of VAT items that fall under the trading type that you have purchased. Now let's look into non-trading, where items are purchased to fulfill the basic necessity of the organization. Before selecting non-trading as your purchase type, you have to create an account on those items that fall under non-trading on the web accounting software. Now log into the web accounting software, through the username and password provided by IMS software. Go to the financial account, click on the Master Entry, and from the drop-down select Account Master. As you can see on the Account Master page, click on this Add button in Assets, select Fixed Assets and click on Add Account. Now we will add a computer in this account section name, and click on Save. After that, now let's go to Inventory Software and select Non-Trading as your purchase type. Now in this account section you will be able to select the account of the item that was created in the account section. Click on this column and press Enter to select the item account that you have created. You can give any description as per your requirement. IMS software will allow you to select the non-trading type under this drop-down as capitalized and non-capitalized. Capitalized items are the types of items that a company considers to be fixed assets, rather than an expense. Capitalize items in a company including computers, cars, office buildings, and lands. The costs of these items are recorded on the general ledger as the historical cost of the asset. Non-capitalized items are the types of items that a company considers to be current assets. These items are directly related to a specific accounting period. It includes utilities, insurance, office supplies, and any item without a capitalization period. We will continue with capitalized. Manually enter the unit of that product, quantity, purchase rate, discount, and VAT. Then click on Save. Now to view the non-trading report you have to go to Accounting Software. Select a financial report, click on Ledger Report, and from the drop-down select Account Ledger Report. Select the date range, and then select the account from this account selection section. We will search the computer and select it. Click on Run to view its report. Now you can also view the non-trading report in ERP application, from VAT Purchase Register Report. Simply go to Report, click on VAT Report, and from that drop-down select VAT Purchase Register Report. Select the date range, and we will tick this capital purchase transaction and untick other options. You can either tick or untick these options as per your requirement. Click on Run to view the report of VAT items that fall under the non-trading type that you have purchased. Now let's select Mixed as our purchase type. it includes both trading and non-trading items in the same purchase invoice. Following that, enter the trading item here, select the item and fill all of the required columns as needed. Click on this other purchase to add non-trading items. To view the item that you have entered for both trading and other purchases, click on this preview bill. To view its report for trading purchases, go to the purchase book report in the inventory management system, and for other purchases, go to the financial report in the accounting software and VAT purchase register report. Now if you haven't done any transactions on the items purchased in this invoice, you can do a reverse entry as needed. A reverse entry is a type of transaction in which the product that you entered in the software is reversed of the selected purchase invoice. This is done to demonstrate that a selected purchase invoice is returned while also recording the details in accounts. To perform a reverse entry, go to the purchase invoice and first load the invoice bill from this View button. Now press the Control button on your keyboard, and two buttons will appear on the screen. From this first button, we can see the previous reverse entry, and from this second button, we can do reverse entry of the selected invoice. We'll do the reverse entry first and then look at the details, so let's select the second button. After that, enter your username and password. As you can see, there is a reverse entry confirmation form where you must provide the purchase invoice number of this loaded bill. We will copy and paste this purchase invoice number here. Provide remarks as per the requirement. Now click on Save to keep the reverse entry. To view the reverse entry, press the Control button on your keyboard, and the View Reverse button will appear. Click on the View Reverse button, and then click on the bill number to see the reverse entry. We sincerely hope that watching this video helped you to understand how to add a purchase invoice to the application. If you have any questions, you can always reach out to us through IMS support.